Now, speaking of Spotify, there's an analyst here, Citi. They do not think Spotify's big bet on podcasts is working out. In fact, they say they think it's failing. The idea was that by bringing exclusive content to the application, the company could strengthen both its advertising business and its number of premium subscribers. Because of that, the stock was doing really well in 2019 and 2020 as they were making these acquisitions. You'd be thinking, oh, that's going to lead to a bunch of subscriptions or at least a bunch of app downloads, both of which, according to Citi, they're not seeing a material effect on that. To date, we have not seen a material positive inflection in app downloads or premium subscriptions. What? Really? That seems hard to believe. I don't know. Now, you and I have been following some of the sentiment on YouTube. When Rogan left, we were curious, like, are people going to move over, at least download the app and listen on from the free perspective, maybe not necessarily go premium? Citi is skeptical that has happened or will happen at any point. The cadence of premium gross additions through Q3 of 2020 and app download data through fourth quarter 2020 do not show any material benefit from recent podcast investments, the analyst wrote. The firm then downgraded the stock to sell from neutral. This sent Spotify's stock down more than 6.5% at the time of this particular article, just tumbling down a little bit there. So what does this mean? Are people not as platform mobile as we might think? I know you and I were speaking about how we kind of came to the recognition at the same time. We're like, oh, I haven't checked Rogan's podcast in a while, because it required a new habit from us to go check Spotify. And we're both YouTube Music subscribers, so I don't know if we want to add another subscription. Granted, it's there for free. We just have to get the app. But I did this today when I went to download the app, and you still have to log in. You still have to make an account, which is a little bit of friction for a user.
It is free, but you still have to make the account.
Which makes me wonder if they shouldn't have a super free term or a super free kind of version where you have some limited access to the app prior to making an account. I don't know, because it was that moment there where I was like, maybe I'll just go back to the old way I was listening to things.
Yeah.
It's just so once you're into a particular habit, particularly with podcasts, because podcasts weren't ever singular to one platform. You could always listen to them anywhere. That was kind of the point of it. It was across this huge variety of places.
Yes. And you add it to your list, like each podcast.
Listen, yes, and your list kept growing, and you had a bunch of stuff to choose from. So it's a bit tough to figure out exactly what's going on. Maybe it will take some time for people to build new habits, but it is a curious thought that maybe these audiences aren't as mobile as we originally thought. And also another thing we could consider is that maybe the content marketplace is so vast and the supply is so much that people would just click on something else. And again, that would wreck their mobility to go across platforms, because they'd be like, there's 10,000 more things to interact with over here. So it's different models resulting in different outcomes, but we'll have to wait and see what develops in the future. For the time being, Citi's not too big on those big acquisitions.